What's up? What's up? We're gonna do a quick stream, just basically going over Arena 20. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. We were, we did watch a video about like some comments the CEO was having with Jinxie, but I don't. I have a different response to this, honestly, but.
uh, yeah, and it takes the weight of the blame onto this person, removing any blame from the game or others, which I doubt is really the case. And it's not too late to backtrack, even though the heroes in level 16 are still shit. So this is a good first step forward. And then a lot of people are saying this. I don't know how accurate this translation was because this is a Spanish creator, but I really liked his take on it. There are still a lot of creators, and me included. The game is still in a horrible spot. The boycott is still happening, of course. I think I'm probably not streaming the game again, most likely, until global tournaments come back in March, unless there's major changes. That's my plan, and not stream for a while. I already stated that in my last video, but creators are so important to the game, they say, but aside from a couple balance changes, I don't think a single creator's feedback has been used in months. Our opinions are formed based on our whole communities. So the community has basically been ignored. He said here, almost any of us could have predicted the revenue would go down because of the heroes in level 16, and that many players would quit. I wonder if they actually thought the revenue would increase or if they were forced to do this by 10 cents somehow. How have Hero Goblins not gotten an emergency nerf yet while being in 2/3 of the top 200 decks? Of course, we are delayed the nerf so people can spend their money on past Royale first. And that's exactly spot on. What I wanted to show you guys is Jinxie came up with a list of things, essentially, with after this is the CEO response. He basically came up with ideas of things that would improve the game, making progression easier, and pivot away from heroes, bring back evos. He later said one hero slot would be the solution. I agree with that. They can't take away heroes. It's too late to do that, but one hero slot, new cards, new champions, season shop, fire certain members on the balance team. To add on to this, maybe instead of firing members, they need to add more members to the balance team, because I think there's too many excuses of, I don't know, them not implementing balance changes because they're away on vacation or holidays or stuff like that, or that's why they can't make quick changes because there's not enough people on the team. Then they need to hire more people. If they had more revenue, they should be hiring more people with that revenue instead of spending it on a Lil Wayne concert, right? There's way better ways to manage that revenue. Maybe hire more people to the team. Bring back global tournaments. They're coming back next month. And make the battle pass $5 and buff the rewards. The reason why this is really good is more people will actually spend money on the game. He was making that argument, and it's very true, because if the rewards are better, more people are going to be buying it, which it's ironic because you would think they'd be making less money, but they'd actually be making more, because if the players are happy and there's more playing the game in general, they're, of course, going to be making more money, guys. And there's a official boycott day that's been announced for the mass install. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. It's crazy, bro. Friday the 13th is right around when this is going on, which is tomorrow, by the way. So
I don't believe in that.
I guess so a lot of people might catch on to that.
If there's one thing and one creator that won't do that, it will be me. This is basically, I was watching essentially some of Jinxie's response to the CEO, and the CEO, feeling the pressure, but one thing I'll say, I don't like the way it was handled. I don't like the way Jinxie handled it. I don't like the way a lot of people handle this. These are also conversations that you can just annoy the CEO about via text, phone call, and then after a while, then you can be like, all right, let me hit the the tweet. The problem with this is that I don't get with. These creators hold a lot of weight. Like, a massive boycott is just, that's excessive. Like, that post, it's on Reddit too, in Clash Royale. Let me actually look. It probably has like over 10,000 likes. Like, posts like that. Oh, but Jinxie's not, sure, Jinxie's not involved, he's not a part of that, he's not the reason for this, but there's a post about, like, who are they listening to? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the real thing. Like, these creators should probably tone down this. Like a mass uninstall boycott is crazy. So while everyone else isn't playing, I'll be playing. For if you want to play with me, you can definitely come on my stream. We'll play together. The game, rather. 7.4K likes. I will not uninstall. Bless. Yeah, I don't. Sorry. Uninstall all y'all want.
Because it's on, you know, well, Friday the 13th, which doesn't happen too often, but it's kind of like a spooky day of the year. The final chapter is what it's called. That's kind of funny. And then here it says, make Michael Bolton the subreddit profile picture. Thank you for saving the game, Michael Bolton. Man, I'm never going to forget them mentioning Michael Bolton in that article. That's, oh my gosh, it's just going to be one of the things the community remembers for a long time. That's for sure. So with all this being said, guys, I hope they start to make some changes soon. It seems like with the CEO's response, there's actually a small chance there could actually be some changes made, because what it really goes to show is, well, when the community kind of forces them to listen, they actually can, because the CEO apologizing is proof of that, because that was almost, we forced that to happen. So if the creators stand together, I think what this has proved, the CEO's response, is that maybe there's more of a possibility for change than we imagine, but we just have to really make an effort and push back against their decisions and boycott in order for that to be the case. And hopefully with a lot of the changes other creators suggested and a lot of the ones Jinxie had in that list. And
don't you dare take credit. You can be humble. From Clash to Rocket League, R6, you revive those games. The only creators to do so and include the community in so many of those.
As a YouTuber,
this is Mr. Beast, by the way.
Yeah, see, and this is what I don't like. You got the creators following you. Like, most of them are going to follow. Like, that's such a bad way to do that. I'm gonna be honest. Okay.
But today, I want to be talking about the current state of Clash Royale. Now, mind you, I want to say this off the rip. This might be
while I'm waiting for the game.
when I said that about Among Us, when Soda said that, you guys said, shut up, bitch ass, suck my balls, like Among Us came out of nowhere. Hold on. I won't make this about myself. Of course I'll make it. Of course I'm making it about you. I just hate, I've been calling out a chat's hypocrisy these days. A chat double standards all the time. Tries to say, somebody else, he's right. One example.
that made the game.
All right. right, guys, by now you have heard about this whole situation with Jinxie and a post by Ilka. As one of, if nobody informed him. I don't think that Ilka So Supercell responded for all of this stuff. Deserves to be acknowledged loudly and clearly. I will say this. I don't think that a blog post is loudly and clearly. I do think that for those who read this, it is loud and clear. But if this recognition resides solely inside of a blog post, then I don't think that that's loud and clear personally. I think that there can be some other ways to do that, and I'm sure that they intend to do that. There is an idea that this is just saving face, if you will. But again, like I've said multiple times, I don't think that that's Ilka, and I'm happy that he responded.
I can't open the game. Why? Yo, yo, yo. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hi, do you read chat? Absolutely, I read chat. It's just that half the time I'm like focused on like everything else. But yes, I read chat. Like that should be an obvious one. Okay, Clash Royale isn't loading. Ah, flipping boy. Well, I'll be playing it on my phone until.
Back to my original post now, but I wanted to address this head on. Thank you to all of you. Awesome. Totally agree with that. Wait, what am I saying? What do you mean you agree to back to the original? Thank you to all of you. That's what I agree with. Everybody needs to be thanked. Now, I can see some people going over the top with responses to this. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure that in the comments some people are just like taking it too far. Now, what I said in my last video was that I think Clash Royale needs a competitor. And I still stand by that because I think competition is what creates legends. I think competition is what pushes people to levels that they couldn't have attained by themselves. And so my hope for a game that I deeply love is that there is some competition that I can take part in. I can play those other games and enjoy it, but I can also play Clash Royale. And they can box each other. They can learn from each other. They can push forward. I think we need that. Another thing that I was talking to my wife about this yesterday. I don't want to take credit away from the Clash Royale team. Have they made mistakes? Yeah. Have they made big mistakes? Yeah. Have they not listened to the community? Yeah. But have they also done good things to the best of their abilities, of their own personal abilities? Yeah, they have. And this is what I was talking to my wife about. I was like, imagine if I created like a clothing brand and Kim Kardashian wore it. Okay, I probably wouldn't create a women's clothing brand, but I created that, and I had like no sales, and I sent it to her, and she wore it and posted about it on Instagram, and then millions of people bought it. Did those millions of people buy it because of her? Yes. But did I create a good enough product that she wanted to wear and post about? Yes. And so we have to recognize that with all of its mistakes, Clash Royale is still a game that we love deeply. Clash Royale is still freaking iconic. And what I would say is probably one of, if not the best mobile games in history. Now, I do think they need a little bit of a punishment. I think that discipline is important. And I'm not saying we're their parents and we need to discipline them. But I'm saying that just because an apology is had doesn't mean that we should just move on and forget. I think that we should recognize the apology. I think that we should say, okay, cool. Now what are we going to do to listen to the community and make it better. And hey, sometimes the community can be wrong. We got to recognize that too, because all of us have different opinions. If they listen to the community all the time, Expo wouldn't be in the game, Mega Knight wouldn't be in the game, Mortar wouldn't be in the game, Hog wouldn't be in the game, Firecracker wouldn't be in the game, Golden Knight wouldn't be in the game. All of these things just wouldn't be in the game, even though some people love them and some people hate them. So they had to deal with all of these voices and figure out the best way to make their game good. And that's a part of their job. It's their responsibility to do. But I just want to end on this. My hope is that somebody comes along and has been secretly developing something, I doubt it, that makes the Clash Royale team be like, oh crap, we got to do something. And it spurs them on to dig deep and to find something in their midst that can make Clash Royale the game that we all know it is capable of being.
W.
That is my hope. I appreciate you guys listening.
Okay, so apparently Clash is not loading for me. What I want to do is just play it on my phone.
But we need to be...
I'm just playing on my phone and then upload it. That's what I have to do, unfortunately. Alright, guys.